A billionaire you've never heard of tried to buy a piece of the ocean, not a yacht, not an island, an actual section of the Atlantic Ocean. His name was David Crayton, and in 2019, he launched the most audacious property grab in human history. He wanted to own the water, the fish, and everything beneath the surface. But the truth behind this will shock you, because what started as a quest for unlimited power ended in international scandal, hidden legal loopholes, and a conspiracy that reaches the highest levels of global politics. Let me show you exactly how this happened. David Crayton made his fortune in shipping. By 2018, he controlled 400 cargo vessels worth $12 billion. But money wasn't enough. He wanted something nobody else had: total control over a piece of earth that nations couldn't touch. The oceans cover 71% of our planet. But here's the shocking part. Only 39% belongs to any country. The rest is called international waters. It's a lawless zone where traditional ownership doesn't exist. Crayton saw an opportunity. He hired a team of maritime lawyers, ocean engineers, and former diplomats. Their mission? Find a legal way to claim sovereignty over a 200 square mile section of the Atlantic. They called it the Ocean Dominion Acquisition Plan, or ODAP. The location they chose sat 380 miles off the coast of Portugal, deep enough to avoid territorial disputes, remote enough to stay hidden, and valuable enough to change everything, because beneath those waters lay something worth trillions. Now here's where things get really interesting. Crayton wasn't after the water itself. He was after what lived underneath. The target zone contained rare earth minerals. Cobalt, nickel, and manganese covered the seafloor in dense formations. These metals power your phone, your laptop, and electric car batteries. Current estimates put the value at $870 billion. That's more wealth than most countries produce in a year. But mining them requires ownership rights, and that's where Crayton's plan got genius. His legal team found a loophole in the UN Convention on the Law of the Sea. The treaty says no nation can claim international waters, but it doesn't say a private entity can't. Crayton registered ODP as a micronation, like Sealand off the British coast, but bigger. He commissioned floating platforms, desalination systems, and underwater monitoring stations. The first platform launched in March 2020. It cost $340 million. The structure housed 50 permanent residents, a helipad, and its own flag. Crayton declared independence. He printed currency. He issued passports. For 3 months, he operated a country in the middle of the ocean that no government recognized. But if you think that's crazy, wait until you hear this. 9 countries sent naval vessels to his location within weeks. The US, UK, China, Russia, and 5 EU nations surrounded his platform. They didn't attack, they observed, because legally, they had no grounds to remove him. International maritime law created a gray zone Crayton exploited perfectly. His lawyers argued that permanent habitation plus resource extraction equaled legitimate sovereignty. Historical precedent supported him. Nations have recognized artificial islands before, but here's where it gets darker. Crayton wasn't working alone. Leaked documents from 2021 revealed corporate backing. 3 Fortune 500 mining companies secretly funded ODAP. They each invested $200 million for future mineral rights. The deal promised them exclusive extraction permits once Crayton established legal recognition. One company was based in Switzerland, another in Singapore. The third operated through shell corporations in 5 countries. They wanted the metals without the political backlash of ocean mining. Crayton gave them cover. He took the public heat while they stayed invisible. Environmental groups discovered this in August 2020. They obtained internal emails showing coordination between Crayton's team and corporate executives. The plan involved bribing officials in small island nations to recognize ODAP as legitimate. 5 countries reportedly received offers between $50 million and $300 million. 2 accepted. Suddenly, Crayton had diplomatic recognition. His micronation appeared on unofficial maps, and the race to control ocean resources entered a dangerous new phase. This brings us to the most shocking discovery of all. The entire operation was a test run. Crayton never intended to succeed permanently. He wanted to prove the concept so bigger players could follow. Internal strategy documents revealed the endgame. If ODP survived 18 months, 10 other billionaires would launch identical claims worldwide. They had already selected locations. One site off the coast of Madagascar, another near the Philippines, a third between Hawaii and Japan. Each zone contained valuable resources, rare earth metals, oil deposits, deep-sea gas reserves. The plan called for a network of private ocean territories. Collectively, they would control 15% of international waters by 2030. This wasn't about one man's ego. It was about restructuring global resource ownership. The billionaires involved included tech CEOs, oil magnates, and real estate developers. Their combined wealth exceeded $600 billion. They communicated through encrypted channels and met twice yearly in Switzerland. Documents listed contingency plans for military defense, including private security contracts with former special forces operators. They budgeted $2 billion for armed protection across all territories. The vision included underwater cities, floating refineries, and zero-tax economic zones. But governments caught on faster than expected. By November 2020, the UN Security Council held emergency sessions. They drafted an amendment to maritime law specifically targeting private sovereignty claims. 15 nations co-sponsored it. The vote was scheduled for March 2021. Crayton's window was closing. His response shocked everyone. So what does all this mean for us today? The Ocean Dominion acquisition plan collapsed in February 2021. Portugal's Navy forcibly removed residents from Crayton's platform. They claimed safety violations and environmental hazards. Crayton sued in international court. The case is still pending, but the implications remain massive. First, the loophole still exists. No new laws passed despite the UN discussions. That means someone else could try this tomorrow. Second, it exposed how vulnerable ocean governance really is. We have treaties, but no real enforcement mechanism. The ocean is the last frontier where laws barely apply. Third, the race for deep-sea minerals is accelerating. China, Japan, and Norway have already issued mining permits in international waters. They're using a different legal framework, but the goal is identical: extract trillions in resources before regulations tighten. For everyday people, this matters because these minerals are in everything we use. The prices we pay for technology depend on who controls access to them. If billionaires or hostile nations monopolize supply, costs could skyrocket. Your next phone might cost $3,000. Electric cars could become luxuries again. Fourth, this reveals how creative the ultra-wealthy are about expanding power. When Earth-based assets max out, they target new frontiers. Space is next, but ocean resources are here now. Fifth, environmental damage from deep-sea mining could be catastrophic. These ecosystems have existed for millions of years. One mining operation could destroy habitats forever. Before we wrap up, there's one final thing you need to know. David Crayton disappeared in March 2022. His last known location was Monaco. Associates claim he's planning a second attempt in Arctic waters. Others say he sold his research to a sovereign wealth fund for $400 million. But here's the real twist nobody expected. One of his original corporate backers successfully registered a deep-sea mining claim in July 2023. They used a modified version of Crayton's legal strategy. Instead of creating a micronation, they partnered with a small Pacific island country. The nation granted them exclusive rights to their extended maritime zone. It's completely legal under current law. They start mining operations in 2026. The company's name hasn't been publicly released, but experts believe it's backed by the same billionaires from Crayton's network. They learned from his mistakes, they stayed quiet, they worked within the system, and they won. The ocean grab Crayton pioneered is happening right now. We just don't see it because they're not building floating countries anymore. They're buying nations instead. If this opened your eyes, you need to understand what's coming next. Let's recap what we uncovered. A billionaire tried to claim 200 square miles of ocean worth $870 billion. He exploited legal loopholes, gained diplomatic recognition, and nearly succeeded. His plan was actually a test for 10 other billionaires who want to carve up international waters. The operation collapsed, but the strategy evolved. Now, corporations are partnering with small nations to legally mine the ocean floor. This changes everything about who controls Earth's resources. If you found this story as mind-blowing as I did, hit that subscribe button. New videos drop every week exposing the hidden systems that shape our world. Drop a comment telling me this: should private companies be allowed to mine international waters, or should oceans remain protected global commons? I read every response. And if you want to go deeper, watch my next video about the secret race to claim Antarctica. It makes the ocean grab look small. The future of our planet is being decided right now. Let's stay informed together.